I'm Mark Linneberry, president of your Greater East Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce, where we're proud to be EMC, and you should be too. Welcome to our new show called Chamber Chatter with topics that matter. Today, I get a chance to talk with Frank McCrady, president and CEO of the East Montgomery County Improvement District. We're talking to Frank today about a new program called the Open Program, and this will help our local businesses get through the crisis of possible cash flow problems. So stay tuned for right after this message, and you'll get to hear more about this program with Frank.
Who can help you undo the damage done by fire or water? Search no further than the experts at Service Master Restore. We help people go from disaster to done. Service Master Restore.
Frank McCrady, I want to thank you for joining me today here. And hey, so back in mid to the latter part of April, you released a new program to help the businesses that were, through no fault of their own, caught up in the coronavirus crisis that we're all dealing with. Can you tell us a little more about the program and what you put together for them?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it was trying to get a sense of what our community is looking for and what their needs are. And our board went through a process of should we be reaching out to individuals in the district, or how can we best suit serving those individuals? And we felt reaching out to the businesses. The businesses can reach out and keep our individuals employed if they had access to additional capital and additional resources to allow them to remain open. And so our effort was focused on reaching out to the businesses to provide some additional funding for them. And in many cases, talking to those businesses, they had applied for funds and they had applied and that was it. And nothing else was being kind of processed or heard back. So we felt we could put together a program that someone could come in, apply, go through a review process, and we can get them funded within 2 weeks. And that's important to get money in their hands immediately, because the immediacy need for the cash was, again, to keep their employees engaged and to help them get through this time as individuals as well.
So, well, let's talk about that. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. And so you ended up naming it the Open Program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, again, first and foremost, it's a way that we feel we can reach to individuals through businesses. And assisting those businesses with additional financial needs allows them to keep their employees engaged, employed to some degree, and provides a financial resource for them immediately within a couple of weeks. And again, we felt that was the most important aspect to it. We allocated $900,000 for the program. Our initial reach was try to reach 40 to 45 businesses with $20,000 each. And thus far, we've done 23 loans. And we're on our way to some more applications, and look forward to get some more applications from our community.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. So there's $900,000 that was made available for this particular program. Let's just get right into that. But first of all, to be eligible, my understanding is the business needs to be within the East Montgomery County Improvement District's boundaries.
And that's correct. Our boundaries. The easiest way to understand: are you in our district or are you not? If you're in Splendora or New Caney school districts, that's about 98% correct. There's a few pieces that are in and out, but overall, about 98% of that area is contained in the improvement district boundary. So if you're in Splendora School District or you're within New Caney ISD School District, then you will be within the improvement district boundaries, except for a few little parcels right on our boundary.
Okay. All right. So, my understanding, we've got three different options that are within the open program, and you've laid them out here for us very nicely. If we could talk to each one and explain each one, what's available. The first one is a straight up cash loan.
Yeah, and the first is just immediacy of cash. I need something immediately to help my business. So that's the easiest program to go through, and it involves just us. We're not going to a bank. We're not going to a lender. We have the funds ourselves, and we'll write you the check ourselves. So the process is we'll make you a loan up to 10 years for $20,000 at 2%. And in doing so, our goal is to get you closed within 2 weeks and get money in your hand that you can go and then apply that to the needs of your business.
Okay, and it's up to 20,000. It's not required to just only apply for the 20,000.
That is correct.
And then, the second option you've put together here is a loan guarantee. Could you tell us about that?
And that might be a situation if you're with your local lender and you need 100,000, just as an example, and they're like, "Well, I'm pretty comfortable, again making you 80,000, but I don't think we can reach out there and do 100." So we can come in and actually step in and provide a loan guarantee to help that bank go ahead and extend those funds to you, because they know in the event of default, we're standing there behind you as a business owner to ensure the bank has a guarantee on those funds. It's just an easier way to underwrite that loan, and we're standing there with you as your business partner, as providing a guarantee to the bank on those funds that maybe they couldn't get extended to you.
On that. And then the third and final option that's available to local businesses here is the interest rate buy down.
And again, in that scenario, you may have your bank and they might be willing to lend you some money, but it might not be on the best terms. So maybe we could step in and do an interest rate buy down. Maybe they're going to offer you a 6.5% loan for a period of time, and maybe you can't cash flow, and that doesn't seem to make the most sense and doesn't really help your business. But maybe if they made you a 4% loan, then that would seem to make a lot more sense, and it gives the bank a little more comfort. And we can step in and do an interest rate buy down program. We can buy the rate down that you feel comfortable to, that you can then apply those payments and feel comfortable as a business making those payments back to the bank.
And just as this me speaking out loud, I really like that you created some different options. It's not just about a cash loan out there, just finding something that's the right fit for the business. And I understand the application process is pretty darn simple, Frank.
It is. Once again, it's all web-based. You don't have to send us any documents. You can go to our website and find the application, and you can just scan everything in and send it to us. So once we have everything scanned into us, then that following week our board will meet, and then the week after that we're set to close with you. So we tried to keep it a simple application just due to the current situation going on in the market. And it's important to not have to be finding all these documents and tracking everything down. So we're trying to keep it as simple as possible. And again, expediency is the most important aspect of this. Again, our goal is to have money for you within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. Now, there's some we got the team here, and I know there's a much larger team that's involved under the roof of EMCID, but these are your primary contacts.
Right.
That will.
You can call our office at any time, 281-354-4419. And again, you may have employees that are in or out, but on every day on a daily basis, you'll either encounter myself or Talina or Kelly that will be here to answer any questions you may have.
Very nice. Now, the program's been out now for a little bit, and if I understood you correctly, you've already approved about 23.
That's correct.
Okay. Do you have any stories that you could share right now of someone that has been approved and how those funds have helped them?
Yeah, in a lot of cases, it's as an example with some of our hair care professionals, they're just, what do? You can't cut hair, you can't do anything, you can't go to work, and they have mortgage payments, and they got car payments, and they've got all kinds of obligations that they need to take care of. And maybe your bank is willing to work with you, or maybe your lender is not. So this is just one way to give you a little more comfort to kind of carry you through until you can get back and get people sitting in your chair to do the things that you need to do to their hair. Mark, I don't know that you and I are great candidates, but that's just it is. But there's a lot of people out there that need, they need the coloring thing done, and there's all kinds of things that maybe we don't need, but at the same time, it's just a tool that, again, allows our folks in the industry, whether it's haircutting to retail to the industries that have been hit the hardest, it just gives them a resource for funds that is very low interest. It's an extended term, and once again, if you borrow 2%, $20,000 for a 10-year period, your payment's $184 a month.
Okay.
So, just a way to kind of help them through the rough times.
Very manageable, very doable. And Frank, this is really just another good incentive of why you would want to do business in East Montgomery County and expand or open up a business here, is to be able to have these kind of resources that are just so localized. That's really powerful.
Right. And again, you don't see where, other organizations are putting things together to assist the businesses from a financial perspective. Some of the counties have put together programs to assist the businesses. And again, hopefully we'll see that in Montgomery County, but we haven't seen that yet. And right now, immediacy, we need money now. That's the need that we're trying to address. And don't get me wrong, we don't have unlimited funds. But again, as we expend these funds, and then we'll look at if we can put some more funds into the program. But immediacy, it's just like, I need help now. And that's kind of the aspect of it that we're trying to address.
Well, Frank McCrady, President CEO of the East Montgomery County Improvement District, thank you so much for talking to us today about the OPEN program. And we hope to get some more people to fill out some applications if they need the help. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks so much, Mark. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Who can help you undo the damage done by fire or water? Search no further than the experts at Service Master Restore. We help people go from disaster to done. Service Master Restore.